and welcome back to Cid Talk TV. On this episode, we have a special guest. Please introduce yourself.
What's up, everybody? It's Ryy2Shady on the beat. Let's go!
So, Ryy2Shady recently put out a single titled Therapy Session, and I would love to start to talk about that.
Ooh, let's get into this mess.
Okay, so what went through your mind as you were writing this song?
So, when I was writing this song, what really went through my mind was a whole bunch of flashbacks. That's all I can remember writing this song. Writing this song, I just remember flashbacks. Because, like, I wrote this song in the shower. Sometimes I wrote this song on the couch with my beats on, with my eyes closed in the dark. Like, so I just, like, I really saw, like, flashbacks. Like, life became so real for me in those moments. So, that's all I can remember. And I'm just writing and just going. I'm like, I remember that. I got to make this rhyme. Like, so it just went like that.
Okay. So, at what point in your life did you start becoming yourself and not letting the outside world judge you?
I feel like I started becoming myself and stopped letting the outside world judge me when I actually became myself and came out. Once I came out and I was able to open my mouth and say I'm gay, like, then it was so much easier to walk around and not let people's opinion affect me. Mm-hmm. It was just easier because I don't care.
So in Therapy Session, you did talk about your mom and dad a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So what's your relationship with your parents now?
So my relationship with my parents are like, my dad is cool. I love my dad. My dad is really cool. He always tell me how much he loves me. He showed me how much he loves me. Like, I go up to martinis with him all the time. Like, my dad, mad respect. His friends, mad respect. Love them. My mom, my relationship with my mom it's rocky because I don't really talk to my mom. Like, me and my mom, like, we just don't see eye to eye. And not necessarily on, like, the gay or straight thing. It's just like life as a whole. Like, we just don't see eye to eye. So we just choose to just not communicate.
So in Therapy Session, there's a few lyrics that you said that I would love to talk about.
Okay, let's talk about these lyrics.
Okay, so the first lyric is, I tried to be with girls, but I only did it for the views. What exactly did you mean by that?
Okay, so when I was growing up, it was always pushed on me like, gay is not okay. That feminine stuff is not okay. Like, boys don't play with dolls. Like don't do this. Like, you know, so that was pushed on me. Of course, watching TV all the time, like, the only time you seen gay people was when they was making fun of them. So, like, it just made it seem like it wasn't okay. Like, you only ever seen straight people. Like, that was all you knew. That's all you know growing up. That's all you ever told. So, like, and so I just felt like I did it because that's what everybody was used to seeing. I felt like I did that because that's what everybody wanted me to do. That's what was supposed to be life. So, but I quickly found out that wasn't for me and I couldn't do it. Like, I couldn't pretend. Pretending is not a thing.
Right. The next lyric is, I don't understand why they think that my life was such an influence.
Yeah, so I went like, I don't understand why they think that my life was so influenced. Like, I learned from someone and then I mentally going through it. I really meant, like, I don't know why people think that when you see one gay thing, it's just like, oh my God, it's like you got the gay. Like, it's like COVID, like you just spreading gay. Like, I don't know why they think it's like that. So that's why I'm just like, my life is not influenced. Like, I'm not doing this for no trend. Like, this is not, oh, I saw this Moki see Moki do. Like, it's not how it works. Because if it was Moki see Moki do, I would be with a woman. That's all I ever seen and known my whole life. That's what I was ever told. But hypocrites see it the other way.
Also, you did talk about suicide, if you wouldn't mind. Could you touch bases on that?
Yes, so I did quickly go into a state of denial. I kept denying who I was. I was like, this is not me. This is not you. This is not the plan that God had for you. I was going through, my mom is going to hate me. My dad is not going to like me. I don't think my sisters will talk to me no more. Like, I'm just going to be like, it just felt like I was always going to be the green thumb everywhere I went. Because it's not a lot of gay people in my family. And there's not a lot of gay people that like surround my family a lot. So every time walking into a situation, it's like I'm always the green thumb. So like it kind of got to me when I was younger. But like talking to the therapist that's actually in the video, his name is Juan. I used to speak to him because his kids, we grew up together. And like I was over their house all spring break. Like every day after school. Like Alexis. That was my girl. Like, Dondre and Marcus, like we're all, like, really close. Like, those are my siblings. So like just growing up in that house, I was actually able to talk to somebody who was actually gay and was actually able to accept me for who I am, like, and I was able to be me unapologetically around all of them. So like I kind of just adapted into their family.
Well, I do speak for everyone when I say that I'm glad that you overcame that.
Yay, thanks.
But you also talked about something that went around for quite a bit.
Ooh, what is this?
That 30K.
Ooh, let's get into this mess. So, 30K. So my Aunt Lenora passed away, and she left me $30,000. That's what I was told. And my mom took the money somehow, because it was for me when I was 18, but since I was in the 7th grade, I wasn't 18 yet, but my mom somehow, I don't know what she did, but she somehow got access to the money. So she ended up telling me and everything. She was just like, yeah, I got the money. I was like, how much is it? She was like, it's a lot of money. And she never told me how much it was. I had to figure out from my father, and that's my father's side of the family, because that was my father's aunt too, so it was actually my great aunt. So I had to figure out from that side of the family how much it was. But she always just told me, she was just like, it's a lot of money. I'm gonna get you whatever you want. Like, just tell me what you want. So I was like, I don't know. Like I was like, I don't know what I want. Like, so she bought me a PlayStation, and I had that, and I think she bought me a pair of shoes. Then she took the rest of the money. She bought furniture throughout the house. She bought me a bedroom set. I had a bed and a chester. And my two sisters had twin-size beds and a dresser. I had a full-size bed. My mom had either a queen or a king. And she had a chester and a dresser and like $1,000 mattress that go on top of it. Then she got 2 flat-screen TVs. One went in the living room and one went in her room. So I was like, for me, the 30K, like, you benefited more from this than what I was supposed to, because what was wrong with the furniture we had? Like, and if we did need new furniture, we didn't have to get it all at the exact same time like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just felt like, in her eyes, what she told me was, she took that money and she took care of us. But in my opinion is, if that money was for you to take care of us, then she would have left it to you and said, Ronnie's, take care of your kids with this. Right. She didn't. She left it to me and told me to start my life with this. That's what it's supposed to be. Like, you know what I'm saying? So right. I mean, that's just what it's supposed to be, in my opinion. So regardless of how she look at it or her situation, like, that's what it's supposed to be.
So now that you're older, have you had a conversation with her about this?
I actually haven't. Like, because whenever we used to talk about it, she used to get real mad. So like, I didn't talk about it with her. So it was a time though that I asked for some money for her to move out. It was like in 2017. I was trying to move out, get my own apartment, and she was like, no, I'm not going to give you the money because I'm teaching you independence. But at this point, I had already purchased 3 cars. Like I had already been through 3 cars already on my own, like by myself. Like, so I was just like, and then I'm trying to move out. Like, how much, you know what I'm saying? How much more independence can that be? It just gave, like, I don't want to give it to you. Like, but I wish you would just been up front and said that.
And I actually was going to ask you, has your mom ever tried to help you since you have gotten older?
Actually, no, she haven't, like, at all. Like, that's not a thing. She don't, like, no.
So what has all you've been through taught you in life?
One thing about it that it's taught me is that as long as I stay focused and be me, like, life starts thriving. Like, I got so much happier. It was so much easier to do a whole lot more things. Like, really accepting myself and accepting my gift, like in cheerleading, like I'm able to profit off of it. Like, so like just being me, 100% me, and unapologetically, like, really benefits. Like, it just really does. So
how do you feel about the LGBT community coming into the rap industry?
OMG, I feel like the LGBT community is taking the rap game by storm. Like, it's crazy because Saucy Santana, walk 'em like a dog, sis, walk 'em like a dog. Stop saying I love Saucy. And then Lil Nas X, like, call me when you want it, call me when you need. I'm screaming back.
I do like that.
I like that. Like, I like that. I just feel like they're really opening up a whole lot of doors. Like, I do, like, the reason why I look up to them when I like the fact that they are who they are is because they're going to get a lot of backlash because they're, like, the first ones to do it. So, like, since they're the first ones to do it, they're going to get the most backlash out of everybody. Just like how Nicki Minaj had to go through the most backlash before she opened the door for female rap. I feel like it's going to be the same thing for him. I love it.
Okay. So, if you could give advice to anybody who may be going through what you went through, what is something that you would say?
Stay focused. Do you. Like, don't live your life based upon people around you and what you think they're going to say or what you think they're going to do. Right. At the end of the day, live your life and do you, because you only get one. Let everybody live theirs and you live yours.
Okay. Well, before we go, Cid Talk TV did reach out to some of your family to ask them what it was like growing up with Ryan. Would you like to watch that?
Let's watch them.
Okay.
Hello. In this video, I'm supposed to tell you about my wonderful nephew, Ryan Eric Russell. I don't know if he knows this, but I was pregnant the same time his mother was pregnant with him. And unfortunately, I lost my child. And so Ryan has a special place in my heart. And every time I look at him, it kind of reminds me of how old my son or daughter would be. And really makes me smile. But let me tell you about him. I'm his great aunt. And when he was born, he was such a little fat-faced baby boy. And I'm going to show you pictures. But as a toddler, he would be very adventurous. We would go to the playground and he would try to climb on the monkey bars and do everything that the older kids would do. And I would always be there to give him some assistance. He was born, and shortly after, he had 2 sisters, and he has 2 female older cousins and an older brother. But he was around mostly with me and his sisters and his female cousins because his brother lived with his father. And we would all ride in a van, and the kids would all be in the back, and me and Howard, my husband, would be in the front. Well, Ryan would get in arguments with every child in the van. He debated everything with those girls all the time. We would leave the house and Ryan would be in the back. We would be 2 blocks out of the neighborhood, and we would have had to have moved Ryan all the way to the front to keep him from fussing and arguing with his sisters and cousins. It was kind of funny because me and my husband would always look at each other and say, well, we tried. He'd start out in the back, but he would always end up in the front. One of the funny things that he did growing up, I don't know if Ryan did it, but we were going somewhere, and when we got there, Ryan only had on 1 shoe. And I couldn't understand how he came out the house with just 1 shoe. And to this day, when I ride down the street and I see a kid's shoe laying in the street, I now know how Ryan only ended up with 1 shoe.
What it was like growing up with Ryan, man, we had so much fun. I'm gonna say that. I was over their house almost every weekend, and it was always us creating routines, songs, videos. Like, it was just so much fun. Ryan's very creative. He is a ball of energy, say that much. But yeah, it was just so fun.
Well, Ryan was a very weird child. I'm not saying weird in a bad way. I'm saying weird in a different way. More so in a distinctive way. So, imagine, right? I have 3 sisters and brothers. He has 3 sisters and brothers. So it's 8 of us all together. Imagine you take all 7 of us, right? And then all of our energy placed into Ryan plus his energy, that was him. So Ryan was the persona of 8 energies all the time. All the time. He was always hyped, always excited, always ready to go. right? The thing about it was he did all of this with no fear, which was kind of scary. But look how he turned out. He's so awesome. He's not scared of nothing. He accomplished everything, and he's tight. My little cousin is tight. Period.
Hey y'all, let me show you how it was like growing up with my brother. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2. Girl. 1, 3. Can we go outside and tumble, please? Let's do one stunt. Come on, girl. Come on. 5, 7, 1, 3, 5, 7, 8. There we go. 5. Cradle. Ooh, girl. No.
What was it like growing up with Ryan? It was always a good time with him. I remember we would go over our Trina house, or everyone would come over my house for a cookout, and he would literally be the life of the party. He will always be dancing, and if you played a Nicki Minaj song, he would do an entire Nicki Minaj concert. Like, he knew all the verses, he knew the chorus, he would give you a little dance in between. He always knew how to make the family laugh. Like, he was a comedian in the making, and that's what I love most about him. Even though, like, he would have stuff going on behind closed doors, when he was with the cousins, when he was with the family, he always showed love, he always showed kindness, and was supportive of what everyone wanted to do.
Growing up with Ryan was like growing up with the older brother I never asked for, but didn't know how badly I needed it. It was either his way or the highway, and then it was either my way or the highway. And neither of us wanted to take the highway. It doesn't matter how much trouble we would be in, how bad it was. We did it because we would have a story to tell. Ron has always been the life of the party, the showstopper, the performer, the loud and proud. I said what I said. Ron is a character, but a main character. Oh, that was nice. And that's all we have for today at Cid Talk TV. See you again in the next episode.
Bye.